Hey, Grant Cardone here, and welcome to the G&E Show. Every Wednesday, the big W, we bring marriage into winning. That's what that W is for. And you know, as you notice, Elena is not here today. Shame on you, Elena. Call me up 305-865-8668. Today I'm going to be discussing how to get your wife or husband on the same page. I have somehow figured out how to do this in my own life. This is one of the most often asked questions. When you go to this shop, where am I supposed to be looking? I don't even know. They got so, not really, because when I look that way, now that's the look, right? Number one question I get from couples, we just finished doing 600 people at our boot camp. Number one question couples ask me, how do I get my wife on the same page? How do I get my husband on the same page? How do you guys stay on the same page and appear, at least publicly appear, not to be killing each other every second of every day, which we're not. Most of the time, we're not killing each other. When we argue, it's over little dumb stuff, almost every time. But we're not fighting over, do we buy a house or do we not? You know, where do we travel? We're not fighting over, do we expand the business or not expand the business? We're just not doing those things, okay? So I'm going to share with you how I do it, okay? Number one, we discuss each other's goals. Hey, what are your goals? What are my goals? We split them out. Her goals are different than my goals, okay? This is very, very important that you do this with your spouse. Which one, Johnny?
You can just continue to look at this.
Okay, why does it weird me out, though? It weirds me out, man. It weirds me out, okay? Thank you, man. Thank you. We should practice this stuff. Same thing in a relationship. You want to have good sex? Practice. And not by yourself. Okay, practice with her. All right, number one, sex. Let me just say this. Sex will make sure you're on the same page. A lot of sex, often fun sex, happy sex. I can't say enough about sex in a relationship. Sex is good for a relationship. If you agree with me, please subscribe to the channel. And please post below something about sex. You've had sex today. You've had sex with another person. You love having sex. You guys have a variety of sex. Sex is great. Something. Make a comment about sex. But this show is not about sex. It's about how you get your wife on the same page. Buddies of mine say, man, dude, how do you have your wife? How did you sell your house in LA? Go to your wife and say, we're selling the house. That's what happened. And not get a bunch of flashback. Elena lived in Los Angeles for 25 years. Listen to this. 25 years she lived there. I had lived there, I don't know, I guess at that time 15 years. And I went to her one day and said, Elena, we're selling the house. We're leaving Los Angeles. We're moving out of California. And she's like, whatever you say, let's roll. How do you pull that off? Okay, do you know how hard it is for somebody to give up where they've lived for 25 years and not fight that? This is how you do it. The two individuals must be on the same page. That means the two individuals would have had to say, hey, what are your goals and what are my goals, all right? So I'm going to show you how we did this. First thing you do is you shouldn't have to discuss this stuff in the last moment. The only reason you would do that is because I'm going to put me first because I am selfish, and you, okay, her. In this case, her. What are my goals? What are my goals? What are her goals? I need to know as much about her goals. I'm just going to go to a piece of paper from now on, since this smart piece of technology, whatever it's called, the Jamboard. Jamboard guys, hey, you need to get your game on. Jamboard sucks. When stuff don't work, look, when stuff doesn't work, you know what happens? You start fighting each other. These people gave me this Jamboard. It's garbage right now. Fix it. Make it work better. Is it this or that? Okay, so look, I need my goals. I got to be super, super clear on what my personal goals are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? All right. Also, I need to be super clear what her goals are. And check it out. This is where this becomes complicated. Number one, most people don't even know what their own goals are. They're so busy, I got to buy a house, I got to have a car, I got to have a boat. And none of those things have anything to do with where you really want to get. Now check this out. What about the us goals? How does the 5 goals over here that I'm maybe not even be clear on, then her 5 goals that she is not clear on. In her case, I had my career and she had her career. And she had, I didn't mean to put it right there, but whatever. She had her stuff. And so I got my career. Now, my career included 3 companies. And it was 2010. And 2010 comes and we're like, her career gets hammered. It had already been beat up because it was an acting career and you're just basically being pulled around the universe waiting for a producer or the director or somebody to discover or like you. She couldn't even get her agents to call her back because the agents are busy working somebody else because they're hot for a second. She's going on auditions for, a young white girl, 34 years old, and then they cast at the last minute for a Latino. They actually casting a white girl, picked a Latino, and Elena's like, look, I fit the bill perfect. 5'8", 5'9", this age, looks like this, long hair, light complexion, like everything's perfect. And they picked something else. Like she was completely out of control. 2010 hits, my 3 jobs, I had 1, 2, 3, a third job, right, a business. I had the real estate, I had the speaking business, and I had a partnership. And they got hammered, cut in half. The difference is now, this is us now. We are being pulled into this thing together. Every night we're sleeping together, she feels my anxiety. She feels my stress. And then we got to say, hey, what is the importance of these goals here? What is important and what's not? So number 1, you got to know each of your goals. Number 2, second thing you got to do is, what are the goals of the relationship? Where are you going? Okay, what is the play here? What are we doing together other than just waking up in this morning in pajamas? I love you. Can I get you some cereal? And then you go off to your work and you come home that night, love you. And what happens after 2 or 3 years of that, you know what? The love yous in the morning and the love yous in the afternoon get dispelled because of the stress and pressure during the day. And when an event like 2010 happens, all of a sudden, because you didn't have any joint goals, we did not have joint goals, just so everybody knows. Call me up, 305-865-8668, 305-865, Francisco, 305-865-8668. Call me up. I want to hear, what do you do to get your spouse on the same page? Once you get the goals of the 2, okay, the third thing you need to do is, what are you going to give up, okay? What are you going to put X's through? What doesn't matter anymore? The moment I went from being single to married, there was things I had to give up, a bunch of stuff. I know a lot of my buddies getting married and not giving up the stuff that will destroy a marriage. A house was something we were willing to give up, okay? The house down here, we wanted a beautiful house where people could come and hang out. That was one of the first things we gave up. We needed to give that house up so that we could get the things on the list that we wanted. And in the next 8 years, because we pulled together, because we were on the same page, we went from having a great life in LA to an unbelievable life here in Miami. We were willing to go wherever, okay? We didn't have where we lived on this list. Actually, at that time, it was LA. LA, we loved California. We loved the weather, no humidity. It was all awesome. We were like, hey, kill that. We don't have to have that because our freedom was more important. Our expansion was more important. Elena gave up her career. She's like, I'm willing to throw away my acting career as much as she loved acting, okay? I'll give that away. Okay, let's talk to our callers. Johnny, we need to get this straight because all this looks very weird to me. See, it's even more weird now.
Jose in Colorado.
Jose, how you doing, buddy?
He's on.
Jose, how you doing, my friend? Talk to me. Or the next caller. I have made so many mistakes in relationships. I remember I was dating a girl trying to get her on the same page. It was impossible to get her on the same page. I was on page 400. She was in another book. It was never going to happen. Didn't even want to read. She's like, I don't like to read. So what? I don't like to read either. Didn't like to read. I didn't like to read until I started reading. Some things you just don't like to do until you do them. I don't like to work out. Good. I don't like to be fat either. Okay? I don't like to do this. Good. I don't like really riding a bike. Go ahead, next caller.
Jeff Fields.
Just bring them on, guys. Just bring them on. Hey, what do you got to do? What do you got to do? What do you do, my friend Jeff Fields, to keep your spouse on the same page?
Oh, Grant, man. Hey, I appreciate. First time call, a long time listener. But I put her up on watching you guys, man. In the earliest stages of our relationship, and technically we are still in the earliest stages. It was important for us to understand how power couples act and move, because you never see that model. So I was like, yo, you got to watch Brandon and Lena. So I put her on a series of videos, and we talk about and openly discuss, hey, here's what they're doing. What's our version of that? So you hit the nail on the head with this, having those goals. I'm an entrepreneur and a business owner, and she's in corporate America, but she wants to transition away. So it's literally, here's what I'm doing. I'm sharing my business plans with her. And I'm saying, okay, what's your contribution to this? So, I mean, you hit the nail on the head, but it's about knowing where you want to go and who has what you want. Kind of like when you say, who has my money? It's who has the vision, who has the lifestyle that we want, and what are they doing to get it? And that's exactly what we've been doing.
Man, that's awesome. That is awesome. I appreciate you calling in on the show and making a contribution here. See, and then what you're looking for, guys, what you're looking for is moments you can do things together. Notice how much stuff Elaine and I do together. Okay, it's not always fun doing it together with your spouse. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to do it together. The G&E Show. The G&E Show was created so we would have a platform to do things together in the middle of the week. It forced us to do stuff. The fact that she's not here today doesn't mean I don't show up and do the show. Because as I do the show, we continue the show. Do you understand? I don't need her here to do it with her. Like, I see a lot of people like, oh, if you're not there, then I'm not going. And if you're not, I'm here and I'm talking about her. So we continue. Find things you can do together, okay? Like conferences. Go to conferences together. We just finished doing our boot camp. We had what, 500-600 people here?
600.
At least 80% of the people in the room didn't bring their wife. I'm like, why would you guys come to this event and not bring your wife? I don't understand that. I just do not get it. Like, are you that cheap? You already had the room. There's 2 beds in it probably, or a king bed. Why? Well, she didn't want to go. It doesn't matter if she wants to go. Bring her. How many times have you not wanted to go to something and then later said, I'm glad I went to that? Just go, man, okay? Show up. Bring her. Drag her by the hair. Okay, ladies, drag him by the hair. Drag him by his beard. Drag his ass to the thing. If he needs to work out, make him go. Elena got me a coach. Anthony Rhodes called him up. Be here tomorrow. I didn't call the coach. She called the coach. You got to work out tomorrow morning. Like, I don't want to do that shit. I don't want to do that shit. I don't want to do that shit. And then you know what? I went and did that shit. And a year later, I'm in better shape. I'm glad she did that. And I'm glad I showed up. So look for events, conferences. Next caller. Reading. Read the same books. Oh.
Jose in Colorado.
I want my own life. Okay, yeah, you want your own life? Why'd you get married? Okay. There's your goals. They're her goals. And they're us goals. The kids aren't even on the list. The kids are on the ride with us. I see a lot of you guys, you got more attention on your kids than you do y'all, okay? We don't check in with the kids. What do y'all want to do? What do we want to do? And do you want to come with us? Jose in Colorado.
Grant. How's it going, Grant?
Come on, man. I'm doing great, bro. You know I'm doing good.
Like always, brother. That's how it is. Hey, Grant, so quick question, man. I love George and Elena's energy. You guys have an amazing connection. But here's my situation, brother.
Tell me, man. Let's talk about your situation.
So when I got with my wife, I was 17. She was 18 when we had our kid. Right now, I'm 21. She's 22. So we lived in Colorado. She was on the same page as me. We wanted to get away from everybody, all the trouble, so we came to Nebraska, and everything was fine.
Yeah.
So just recently, we've been bumping heads, and, it hasn't been good. Obviously, when in a young age, you do mistakes, but when you're starting to have problems like that, how can you get her or pull her back into the same page? Or is it just that she's getting tired because we got together at a young age?
Yeah, you're getting tired. You're getting tired. You're 22 years old and you guys are tired. Wait till you're 60, 62. You guys, how do you keep it fresh? How you guys keep it fresh? Man, you got to keep writing down what your goals are. What are your goals today at 22 that weren't at 18? What are your goals? Where are you going? What's going to keep you excited? Listen to me now, okay? What are your goals? What are her goals? And what are us goals? And when you guys get these us goals, let me tell you, the only way anybody's going to give up you and her, the only way you're going to give up your personal goals is these goals have to be massive. They got to be freaking jacked up, exciting. They got to be like, okay, wait a minute. I'm trading the house in LA. This is why so many people are like, my wife wants to keep the house. Because your goals are not big enough, bro, to give up the house. The house is the biggest score in your life. We're happy there. The kids are happy there. Yeah, so the only way I would give up happy there, kids there, that's our house, that's where our parents come, is you got to change that for something so significant, so big that you're like, yeah, I'll give that up now. This is the big piece people miss. The reason you want to keep your house is because there's no place to go big enough to say, shit, I'll throw that away, right? If I told you I could give you $1 billion right now, but you had to get rid of that thing, these things that you love, I'm like, I'm going to give you $1 billion, but you got to sell the house. You got to get rid of the house. You can't even live in this city anymore. You're like, for $1 billion? Daddy, we leaving. We leaving. Kids. Okay, kids, I'm pulling you out of your damn junior high school. Okay, we out of here. Because the goal's not big enough, so what you do is you hang on to what you're familiar with. And then the marriage starts dying. Because familiar, 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 everything's so familiar that you take it for granted and it becomes boring. You need something unusual, unique, exceptional, phenomenal, 10x. That's why it's so important to get involved in this mentor program. If you guys missed that mentor program, GrantCardone.com/MP, mentor program. GrantCardone.com/MP. If you did not get involved in that mentor program, you are making a mistake. Your husband and your wife should be involved in that as individuals. You could listen to it together, but you should both buy your own entry into that because in Vegas, I'm giving you guys a seat. That's my property. Okay, let's just talk about the seats for a second. The seats that I gave the mentor program, you earn that seat. You earn the right. I'm giving it to you. It's a gift. And the gift comes with some, it comes with some requirements. You know, like when I was using drugs when I was like 19 years old, like if I shared my drugs with you, you had to use them right then. You couldn't take them home with you and use them later. It's like you got to eat it now. Okay, yeah, I'll share it with you, but you got to smoke that shit now. Because I wanted to be together. Misery loves company. You know, we all going down together. Okay, we can all go up together too. By the way, we can all go up together. You know that whole peer pressure thing. Peer pressure can be great peer pressure. It could be negative peer pressure. So on the 10X Growth Conference seat, there's 3 requirements, 3 things you have to do to go there. Okay, I'm going to give you the seat. You're guaranteed to get a seat, Natalie, right? You're guaranteed to get a seat when you send me your hotel. You got to send me that you booked your hotel, or you got to send me, hey, I already booked my airfare. I know that's hard for you guys to do today, to do those 2 things for February, even though hundreds of people have done that.
Vu in China.
Hold on, I ain't talking to Vu yet. You listen to me. Listen to me do it while we're playing the show, okay? So hundreds of people have guaranteed their seats by sending us their airfare and or their hotel. The third thing you have to do, those 2 are choices. You could do both, you could do one of them, is you need to be at the 12 mentoring sessions. You can send me your airfare, you can send me the hotel. You got to finish the 12, okay? That is, those seats are my property, okay? Then you got to check in on February what? I can't hear you. I can't hear you when you talk.
December 31st.
No. When in February? When you got to confirm your register for the.
December 30th.
No, you got to register in Vegas, Natalie. You're not listening. Register.
Thursday night.
Thursday night. What date is that?
February 20th.
You can pull that to you, and you don't have to keep leaning toward it all the time like that. February 20th. That's Natalie right there. You can talk to her during the day, by the way. She's got to put up with me all day long. You think it's easy around here, guys? It ain't easy. You think it's going to be easy in your marriage? Won't be easy. And it's not going to make it any easier if you don't know where you're going. Where the hell we going, and when are the dates, and what are the rules? So, mentor program. February what? 20th, Thursday night. You need to register by 10 o'clock at night. Now, this is 5 months from now. Those are the things you have to do, and I'm giving you a $3,500 seat. I'm talking to my mentors right now. For those of you who don't want to do those things and you're like, dude, I can't make every one of the mentor meetings. I can't book my airfare because I'm coming in from Sweden. I don't know when that's going to be yet. I don't even know if I'm able to be there Thursday night, but I want to make sure I have a seat. You can actually guarantee your seat. Okay? Do we have that page set up yet? Ask them if they have the page set up. And or give me a text number and we'll do that, okay? I got a caller from China. We're talking about how to get your spouse on the same page. How do you get your buddy on the same page? How do you get your damn team on the same page? Okay, I got 170 staff in here. They got their goals. I got my goals, okay? There's me with my goals, and I got 170 wives. Okay, Muhammad would be like envious of me. I got 170 wives. I got, what's his name? Taylor, he's my wife. I got Francisco, he's a good wife. I got 170 wives. I got to find out what their goals are. Okay, I got Brandon, he's my wife. Ryan Secco's the wife. Jared's over there, the wife. I got Johnny, the camera guy. I got Rock, she's my wife. I got Elena, the wife. I got everybody who got their own goals. Every day they leave here at the office and they go home and they get pulled into their goals again. Then tomorrow they get over here, I'm like, hey, let's go, man. Let's get on the same page again. Same thing with a marriage, man. It should work. It's work. But let me tell you what's more work than getting everybody on the same page. Trying to have everybody on a different page. You trying to be happy with everybody on a different page, it ain't just work, dude. It's impossible. Ends up in divorce, no money, nobody happy. Let's talk to Wu Ju from China. What's up?
Hey, Grant.
Yo, what's up? You ain't from China.
Hey, man. Thanks for getting me on the call. Ni hao. I met you at Sydney Opera House. You went with Elena I met you with my partner to go see Madame Butterfly.
Yeah, did you leave?
Yeah, we left, brother. I'm in China now.
I left too, man. Oh, you're in China, huh? What's your name?
This is Bo. I'm the Colorado kid. I shook your hand.
Bo,
with
the
my
Colorado
girlfriend, Clara.
kid from the China. Yeah, good, man. What's
Yeah,
going
from
on,
the
brother?
China. Hey, so look, 3 main things I wanted to tell you that Clara and I do that have worked for us, and I think a lot of young people will get a lot out of this.
Yeah.
Number one is finances. I know you dig deep into this. I just had a meeting with my partner last night. We on a Zoom. I'm like, look, my goal is 20K. Why are we doing that? How much do we need to break that down per day, per week, per month? And so we're on top of each other every week about that. The financial thing's super important, but you got to have a why to why you're doing it. So we got a joint account. That we're always checking in on for that. Second thing is social media, like branding. You know, she pushes me, hey, Bo, you haven't posted any stories. I'm like, hey, babe, where's your TikTok? Why aren't you figuring out how to use that social medium? Why are we doing that? We want attention. And then the third thing is courses. That's probably been the biggest thing we've integrated recently. Like sitting in a classroom, eyes focused, pen out, attentive to the teacher, and then taking money courses, taking marriage or counseling courses.
Totally agree, bro. Totally agree. Bo, that is such good input. Bo just said, look, talk about your finances. Go ahead, Bo.
Last thing I'll put in there is who are you letting in your influence, in your sphere?
Yeah.
Like who's talking to my girl, who's talking to your partner, your husband, your wife, making sure that those people that have access to the degrees of each other and what are they telling you is also just as important, knowing who you need to have around you or need to put away from your sphere of influence.
Dude, I love that. Love that. So this is what Bo just said, okay, in case you couldn't understand him, okay? Hey, finances. He's working on his finances with his girl. 2, big, giant, juicy goals. 3, why? Why do you want those goals? Some of you got goals, you don't even know why you got them, man. They're not even your goals anymore. You don't even care about them anymore. This happens to me all the time. Oh man, I want a helicopter. It's just a fleeting idea. It's just like comes in and leaves. Maybe it comes back. Maybe there's going to be a time where I'm like, no, I got to have one of those things, okay? But why? Why you need it, okay? Weekly meetings. Bo talked about meeting every week. You got to get back on the same goals every week. What day is that going to be? What day is sacred? Like, that's your day to sit down. Hey, where are our finances? What do we do this week? What are our goals? What are we doing to get out there? Where are we going? Why are we going? Remind yourself. Anything worth doing once is worth doing over and over again. And then do things together. Courses, counseling, where are we going? You know, positive counseling. Where are we trying to get to? Okay? Get on the same page. Get on the same page. We got one more caller. This is the G&E Show. Grant Cardone. Elena is in the house because she's in my heart. So when you see me, you see her. When you see her, you see me.
Thomas in San Diego.
Thomas in the Sand Dog. What's up?
Hey, Grant, it's Thomas from San Diego.
What's up, man, my brother? Man, some of my unhappiest days and happiest days of my life were spent in San Diego.
I know, in La Jolla. Yes, I remember.
Loved it there, man. Did you ever go to any of my parties, my bachelor parties?
No, I didn't know you back then, but I saw you on a lot of billboards and bus benches and all your real estate. You're out there.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. I used to have some great parties.
I bet you did.
Crazy.
Well, hey, the question I have is, sometimes you get in these relationships and it's a bait and switch. You sound like you're in agreement, everything is fine and dandy, but then a few years down the road, those goals change and they threw you for a curveball. It's like, wait a minute, we didn't agree on this. And so the bait and switch, and then I think also in order to have the upper hand, you've got to have a better offer when it comes to making financial decisions, whether you're going to move. I mean, I think that's probably how you won in your relationship. You had a better offer. That's why you moved from California to Florida, no?
Yeah, I like that. You know, hey, what's the better offer? But look, things change too. Things do change. I don't know if it's a bait and switch. I think the mistake maybe people are making is that they're not meeting weekly. Because if you're meeting weekly, you would notice the temperature's changing weekly. You wouldn't be surprised that all of a sudden everything changed. You'd be like, wait a minute, last week we talked about X. Why are we talking about B now? How did we get from X to B? Like, I didn't know we made the loop on the alphabet here. So the better offer thing, yeah, like people are not giving up where they're at because their offer, the next move is not significant enough. This is why people give up on their goals. This is why New Year resolutions don't work. This is why people get settled in, because they get settled into where they're at. Why move? The next thing's just uncomfortable. And the next thing that I moved to, just going out on a Friday night or a Saturday night, it's just like, okay, I got to wait. We're going to be in line. What's the big deal? I didn't go to the World Series because the seats just are not good enough for me to say, okay, I'm going to fly all the way over there. I'm going to get a hotel. The traffic thing bothers me more than anything. Now, if the seats were exactly where I wanted, bam, I'd be on a plane right now. That's the point. The goal has to be so big that your wife will be like, yeah, I'll give that up. Okay, yeah, the kids, screw them. The goals have to be so big, guys. I'm telling you, like, everybody's settling in. If you're part of this 10X movement, okay, if you're part of this thing is about, wait, I want to change my life significantly. I don't want to change the neighborhood. I want to change the zip code completely, maybe even the country. I want to be willing to leave America and go to Singapore and live there if I want to, or leave Singapore and come back, whatever. Wherever it is you want to go, the change is so significant that you're willing to give up the things that you want. Okay, this is what we talked about today. How to get your wife on the same page, how to get your husband on the same page, how to get those people that you love on the same page. Number one, you need to each have goals, be clear on them. Two, us goals. What do we want together? Three, what is you going to give up? Somebody's going to have to give something up. You got to redefine what we're giving up so that we get something important. Four, why do you want any of this stuff? Like, you got to be down to a couple goals, not 10. You know, Warren Buffett says, pick 25 things you want to do in your life, throw away 20 of them, and stay with the other 5. Forget the other 20 forever. Pick 25 things you want to do in your life. Okay, maybe this is an exercise. 25 things you want, he wants, her, she wants. Pick the 5 that mean anything to you. I'll bet you 3 of the 5 are on both of your lists if you guys are really connected. Probably all 5 of them could be on the same list. Throw the other 20 away. Put them in the trash and say, we're done with those. Okay, we can talk about them every once in a while. It's just bullshit. And then reinforce that every week. Sit down every week and say, where are we going? What are we doing? Why are we doing it? Okay, last thing I want to say is this. You need something big. You need something big, some big hook. Look how excited people get when I say, hey, how about we go spend a month in Hawaii? All expenses paid, man, okay? You got maids coming in, cleaning up after you during the day. You got a chef. Okay, you got the big swimming pool where everybody goes to, your own private pool. Kids are taken care of the whole day. You're gonna have the perfect amount of sunlight, never get a sunburn, just almost. Just a tan. Massages all day long, as many as you want.
As you tan.
The best massage in the world. Get your feet done, toes pulled. You're gonna leave there, you're gonna be jelly on the 3rd day. You're gonna be literally having trouble walking around. You and the wife are gonna be in love again, okay? You're gonna be having sex 3 times a day. Easily though, no effort. Okay? Now, what would you do for 11 months to have that trip? Like maybe that's not your trip. Maybe it's, hey, I want to go live on a big boat. I want to go live on a big boat for a month. I don't know, whatever. And it doesn't even matter if you ever accomplish it. It does matter that you have it in your mind pulling you forward all the time. Okay, if you join the mentor program Friday night, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time is our first real call, even though we've had a pre-call. Mentors, grantcardone.com/MP, grantcardone.com/MP, grantcardone.com/MP. That ends Friday. So if you're going to come into the mentor program, 12 weeks of mentoring with me, my coaches, Cardone certified coaches and partners, it's going to be a magnificent 12 weeks, 2 months to finish a year, 1 month to start 2020. Unbelievable value. How much is it? $997. 12 weeks of coaching with me and my staff. I'm on 3 of the calls. My staff handles the rest of them. And you know I pop into shit because I don't let anybody do stuff without me popping. Bang, 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 bang. Okay? So grab that. grantcardone.com/MP. grantcardone.com/MP. If you've already joined the mentor program and you want to guarantee your seat, text
212-515-3772.
212-515-3772. $495. You can guarantee your seat, mentors, to the 10X Growth Conference. That is guaranteed. That means you could die and you would still have that seat. All right? My name's Grant Cardone. The beautiful Elena Cardone will return next week. But the fact that she's not here does not mean she's not here because I am here. Be together.